What is something that is only popular where you live? Person, place, or thing? Edit 1. Holy fuck, this blew up. Cowboys who listen to rap and talk about potatoes. Idaho? We have that here. North Idaho has none of that. We, however, have a lot of people in pristine, lifted Dodge Ram 4X4S with a headache rack you know has never been used, with a Browning Buck Plus Doe sticker on the side window and a mossy oak logo across the entire front. Edit, North Idaho and pretty much anywhere else apparently. I'm glad we're not alone. Lil Sebastian. I have cried twice in my life. Once when I was 7 and I was hit by a school bus. And then again when I heard that Lil Sebastian had passed. I didn't know the Pawnee city government had a Reddit account. You'll 10,000 candles in the wind. Vegemite I would assume. Vegemite scrolls from Baker's Delight. I'm a Kiwi, but Vegemite, Marmite. I love Vegemite, being Australian and all, but most of my friends from other countries can't get used to the taste. I can't understand why. It's delicious. Scrapple. It's basically all the pig parts no one wants to eat ground up and packed into a delicious loaf of gristly goodness that tastes somewhere between bacon and heaven. People outside of this area are like, what the fuck? Those are them Philly Jones. Philly? Burritos with French fries in them. Guess where I live? Edit. Thanks for the gold fellow Sandakan. San Diego. Heaven. Weed Town? San Diego? Cricket is considered as a religion. India? Antendolka, God. Garbage plates. Rochester, NY. I left Rochester 5 years ago and miss garbage plates every day. Edit. Seriously guys, Google Rochester garbage plate. It's a pile of food that looks like it was pulled out of a garbage can, and it's God's gift to drunken man. What's a garbage plate? Collages. I had no idea people outside of Texas don't know what a collage is until I went to college. Yes, I know we didn't invent them. Check stop. Oh wow, these are only popular in Texas? You poor non-Texan souls. I live in Iowa in a city with a large Czech population and collage are definitely a thing here. The collage festival is not to be missed. There's a collage drive-thru. The word hella instead of really. NorCal? NorCal? You're hella wrong source, I'm hella Australian. Cheerween. Edit. To all those replying no we have it here in X. Far away from NC, Cheerween has been made since 1917 and only up until the last few years it was only available in the Carolinas. Most people I know from other places haven't heard of it. That being said, if you know what it is and are not from the southeast, I'm glad you've had the opportunity to see the light. Edit 2. I had no idea Cheerween was available outside of the southeastern US. Apparently it's found its way to a much wider audience across the country. Here's a website that you can use to find some near you, cheerwinnerfinder.com. Hello, North Carolina, or somewhere in the south, some places have recently started selling glass bottles here in Maryland for a $1 each. I know I can get it way cheaper in NC. It's a Carolina thing. The Vancouver Canucks. Or the Green Men. Paxki, Yucca, Vernors. Don't forget Fago and Better Made. Don't forget the pasties. I must have meal once you cross the bridge and ride the 2. Michigan checking in. BTW, I've since moved to Australia, and I discovered a replacement for Vernors, Bundaberg ginger beer. It kicks Vernors ass. Made from real ginger pieces and tastes incredible. Where I grew up it was Friday night fish fry, with cars parked and lined for multiple city blocks. Sunday hot ham and rolls. And calling water fountains bubblers. Didn't know any of this was regional until I moved away. Don't forget cheese curds. We call them bubblers here in Australia too. Also bratwurst. I read somewhere that Lambeau Field is the only NFL stadium that sells more brats than hot dogs. I could be wrong about that, but I know for sure that all Wisconsinites love a good brat. Pierogi pizzas? You must be from Pittsburgh. Boston Pizza sells them in Canada. So goddamn good. Being fucking insane. Florida. For some reason, everyone in my school loves Sasha Grey, the porn star. Openly. The teachers just think she's some regular actor. And that one teacher that doesn't want to give away that he knows a famous porn star. Former porn star, sadly. In Chicago, we have this simple delicacy called the Italian beef sandwich. It's basically some kind of beef. I don't think it's roast beef. That's sliced thin and slow cooks in a sort of gravy flavored with spices and other ingredients. Then, you get a bread roll sliced to the edge, get it soaked in the gravy, and stuff it with beef. Some add peppers to theirs. Edit. Many have pointed out that several locations outside Chicago, and even the Midwest, serve the Italian beef sandwich. While it warms my heart that so many share my love for da beef, it does seem to be my error in that this is not limited to Chicago. Perfected by Portillo's. Also from Chicago, the neon green pickle relish found on Chicago-style hot dogs. Don't forget to cram an Italian sausage in there. Portillo's, where food is an art. In Bulgaria we celebrate our names. Yes, names. It's literally translated to name day, and at a certain date every person who is named Ivan, for example, gives away sweets and people get drunk in his name's honor. I get weird looks every time I try to explain it to other nationalities. Edit. Till name days are a thing not only in Bulgaria. To answer some questions. 1. Yes, it has a lot in common with the saints, and usually people who have a saint's name celebrate. 2. If you have an uncommon name, like me, you don't celebrate a name day, but that doesn't mean you can't just pick a random day and throw a party then. Wawa. Pennsylvanians will know. Wawa is all the way down to Florida now. And Sheetz is better anyway. New Jersey here. I share your love of Wawa. So happy that I can still get a Wawa coffee today. Fermented herring is not popular outside of Sweden, northern Sweden to be precise. When you open a can it smells like you just released the 4 horsemen. Ugh. Edit. I don't mean pickled herring, sill, which is delicious, or even lutefisk. I mean fermented herring, surströmming. In and out. Ketchup chips. Canada? Coffee milk. Coffee milk doesn't exist outside of New England, period. Love that shit. Salmiakki, a sort of salty, bitter licorice. The nectar of gods, that is. Best regards, Sweden. The Oakland Athletics, Hiffy, and the word hella. Anyone wanna ghost ride the whip? People still get iffy? Digging for geoducks. You mean those mollusk thingies that look like penises? Celebrating a goat as king for 3 days, on a 3-story high tower, having a young girl be his queen, closing up town so it's totally pedestrian for the 3 days, and having all manner of side things go down: duck racing, pony raffles, gypsies, bands, the list goes on. At the end of the 3 days, does Moses come down, see your goat king and smash the tablets? Deep frying stuff. Pizzas, Mars bars, haggis, you fucking name it. At some point, it'll have been fried and tried. Even without mentioning haggis, that post is so Scottish. Minnesota State Fair? Pretty sure that's popular in a lot of places. Moxie? It is a local tonic, soda. Last time I had Moxie, I was in Boston. That was also the last time I will ever have Moxie. AFL. Stephen Foster, Ale 8, the smell of sour mash from bourbon distilleries. Any guesses? Milo. Edit. I'm Australian for all those wondering. Me. PFF. Don't lie to yourself. You're not even popular where you live. Oh, but Merry Christmas. Fighting off snakes and spiders. Man, is it popular down here. Chili and cinnamon rolls. Staple meal during the winter. Everyone I know always looked forward to that lunch in schools, and from what I understand from people who have moved here from other states, it's a very Nebraskan only thing. Edit. I guess it's more of a Midwestern thing. I had no idea. Thanks everyone. I got a couple, because I've lived all over. Where I live currently, it's freaking huckleberry everything. Soda, ice cream, coffee, huckleberry chocolate covered espresso beans, huckleberry body sprays and perfumes. I'd say they'd bathe in it if they could, but they do. One of the last places I lived? Psychotically thin shaved ham sandwiches with coleslaw and french fries on 'em. Another place I lived. They will straight up punch you for putting ketchup on a hot dog. Hot dogs get tomato slices. My hometown currently has this fixation on making croissants into donuts. Baltimore here, everyone looks at me funny when I say I put Old Bay on everything. Almost every single person loathes Obama with a passion and Mormons. Lots and lots of them.